So I was in the previous video talking about the exchange value of money defined through gift exchange, but I added another factor to it, which I identify as generic notion, which represents act of helping somebody. Help, if you analyze it through the leadership theories, should then represent a systematic approach. It might even define um, uh, a more democratic approach whereby leaders uh, um, would uh, would make policies, would facilitate governance structures that would help large groups, even nation states, represented, for example, in Pakistan by 20 to 40 million people. And of course, thereby help, but help also represents some kind of a power. Of course, leader, democracy, some kind of a fair means to derive power from the people. And it is kind of a justified. And there can be, even in democracy, one can find new definitions about the process which can facilitate better democratic results, better democratic values through understanding the connection between gift and help. In business studies, gift is something which is represented through business efficiency, branding, marketing, market research, and would represent economies of scale through managed prices, where prices are lower relatively, while as well could represent quality, innovation, design, where every customer might feel that it is kind of, that the exchange is kind of a gift exchange, while currency is playing a dominant part in it. So help is a rather more refined concept, and therefore I was thinking about it, and suddenly this is, this hostility between Pakistan and India, especially derived through the rhetoric coming from Indian media and diplomatic channels, worrying the United Nations and the global leaders at European Union and the White House. Yeah, it is absolutely, everybody is a little bit alarmed, and similar is the case with me, because again, this really connects well with my earlier discussions, that I wanted to provide a message, that it should come across that I have been living in Pakistan for 17 years after coming back from Europe, while the Pakistan in 1990s, before I left for Europe, represents a lot of cultural stability, where there was we lived a student life, mostly college, and I completed college and university, and our social lives were defined through common sense, rather than maybe paranoia, or rather than getting concerned to what is coming through the media. But when I left for Europe, suddenly the world really changed because of 9/11, and war on terror started. And absolutely, I was keeping update to the news coming from Pakistan. And war on terror was quite a scary war. It had a lot of cost on Pakistan, but especially there were a lot of terrorist incidences, and I wrote a detailed report while being at Ministry of Commerce, representing an analysis whereby I promote an argument that the Western Americans, who really were prominently deciding the outcome of the war, which was represented through war on terror, with boots on in Afghanistan through NATO, did not really did a lot of justice. It was the hard work of Pakistani security forces, Pakistani people, Pakistani police, even Pakistani businesses, Pakistani entrepreneurship, the common man in Pakistan, who struggle with stagnant economic outcomes, yet showed bravery and resilience to fight war on terror, where terrorist incidents were taking place across all the major cities of Pakistan. And the most alarming and the most unfortunate incidents was the assassination attempt on one of the most popular leaders of the country, Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto, which changed around the social psychology of the nation. But still, because of People's Party and some main leadership represented through the office of Asif Ali Zardari. He raised the slogan of Pakistan Kapi, and suddenly the work to stabilize Pakistan's economy and to reintegrate Pakistan and Pakistanis with civil culture norms. A lot of effort was being done by not only the security forces, but of course Pakistani government at large, and the more importantly the politicians. So this is so Pakistan. If you ask me, Pakistan is known as a nation which likes to help others. I mean, Pakistan is a nation which generally some people say that it's kind of an elitist culture